You've obviously become, vocally political.
He's taking a stand against woke culture.
The SNL legend tackling the subjects that most comedians wouldn't dare go near.
Schneider right here.
And your best weapon against tyranny is to be able to speak your mind, to be able to speak freely without reproach from your government. We have to continue to fight to get Americans healthy, mentally healthy, and get them off these drugs, because the health of American children is more important than me making Deuce Bigelow 4. I knew I was on the right track when I was attacked for saying I must put God, my family, and my country before my career. When you no longer feel a slave to the system, when they don't own you, you are free. But I'm not going to bow to this pressure, and I never have.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm honored to be here. President Joe Biden just pardoned Lee Harvey Oswald. If President Trump wants to make Canada the 51st state, one stipulation: at least one of the senators has to be a moose. Unlike Oprah, I am not being paid to be here. I'm here because I love my country and because Donald Trump surrounds himself with intelligent women who are very good looking. What a crowd. Wow. There's got to be 5,000 people here, which is double MSNBC's primetime viewership. Wow. Well, what an election. Wow, I haven't seen a man beat a woman that brutally since the Olympic Games. We don't want to be like the Democrats who want to destroy American traditions, like counting votes by hand. They don't care about you, they only care about themselves. Remember the Democratic convention? They had a big fence around it and checked people's IDs. All I want is for this country to have the same level of security as a Democratic convention. Well, thanks to the Democrats, we may not know what women are, but at least we now know what women are not. Qualified to be in charge of the Secret Service. I've seen more competent female Ghostbusters, frankly. Well, the Democrats still seem confused as to why they lost this election. They want to think it has something to do with misogyny or racism. Well, let me clear it up for those still bewildered Democrats. You lost because you tried to tell the American people that the economy was great when they couldn't afford to buy groceries. You lost because you ran a moron in place of a president you knew was a corpse attached to a car battery. Even the Amish, who never voted. It's like, honey, go, Hilda, go get my horse. I don't know what electricity is, but I know one thing, I'm definitely voting against this dipshit. Democrats, you lost because you tried to convince the American people that it was racist-y to close the border and not let people come in illegally to rob and murder them. You lost because nobody gives a fuck about the term Latinx. You lost because your Justice Department called parents who showed up at school board meetings terrorists just for not wanting pornography in their children's classrooms. You lost, Democrats, you lost because you lied about January 6th, calling it worse than Pearl Harbor or 9/11, instead of what January 6th really was, the FBI guided tour of the Capitol building. You lost, Democrats, because men can't have babies, women don't have dicks, even if they play in the WNBA. And free speech isn't a privilege like a driver's license. It's a God-given right guaranteed by our Constitution. You lost because you colluded with tech companies like Facebook to silence Americans. You lost because you fired doctors, nurses, scientists, and frontline workers for refusing to take an experimental gene therapy because my body, my choice only counts if it's about abortion. You lost because during the pandemic, you closed churches and small businesses, but kept open strip clubs, liquor stores, and Walmarts, and wanted us to mask up between bites. You lost because they just finished counting the votes in California this morning. You lost because flying Haitians into Ohio in the middle of the night just to increase your voting base is kind of a shady thing to do. Now, I have no problem with legal immigration. I'm just not sure Haiti is sending us their best cat-eating rapist cannibals. Sorry. That was too much even for me. I apologize. You lost because when Bill Clinton goes on The View, Whoopi Goldberg doesn't ask her about Epstein's Island. You lost because you put Kamala Harris in charge of the border. The Democrats finally acknowledged they screwed up the border when Biden removed President Trump's Remain in Mexico policy to stop illegal immigrants from flooding into our country. And now President Trump has an even better policy to stop illegal immigration. It's called the Joe Biden Remain in Delaware policy. And lastly, you lost because you can't give $100 billion to Ukraine and only $700 to American fire victims in Maui. And only $800 to American hurricane victims in North Carolina. Zelensky is obviously a cokehead. All the signs are there. You give him $1 billion, the next week he's broke. He's always wearing the same dirty T-shirt that Sean Penn gave him. He's always saying delusional shit like, I'm gonna defeat Russia. Well, 29 days until President Trump takes office. And the Bidens are already starting to pack up. They're going through their drawers, checking under beds, looking, they're looking under in closets, and that's just, gathering up Hunter Biden's Coke stash. I wrote this late last night. A lot of pundits, liberal pundits, are wondering how the Democrats can spend $1.2 billion and lose. They're wondering, how did the Democrats lose men? That's a tough one. Have you tried not trying to physically turn them into women? Just spitballing here. Democrats, looking back now, do you think it was a good idea to spend $1 billion to have every P. Diddy party suspect at your event? Now, you got to give credit where credit is due, though. Last week, Joe Biden achieved a major foreign policy breakthrough, and a literal al-Qaeda terrorist is the new president of Syria. Come on, man, I'm serious. Come on, man, I'm serious. Look, man, he's a bad dude. Why? Probably dementia. You know how senile people sometimes, they put, like, their clothes in the oven, They do weird shit. Sometimes they install a literal al-Qaeda terrorist as president of Syria. We are the party of compassion, the Republicans. Nancy Pelosi fell down and broke her hip, and as much as I disagree about her politics, I feel horrible about her fall, because I had all my money on Mitch McConnell in the office broken hip pool. I did not get paid to be here, like I said, like Oprah got paid, because I got doged by Elon and Vivek. I'm just grateful that the American people saw through Oprah's lies, saying that you will never vote again if Trump wins. America didn't fall for Obama in his mama jeans, trying to shame black men into voting for Kamala just because they may have mommy problems or issues. I'm glad nobody listened to Kamala Harris, because she never really said what she stood for. Because at the end of the day, just like her party, she stood for nothing. The Democrats had no policy this year. Their only hope, besides calling Trump Hitler every chance they had, was that their hope was that Americans would hate Donald Trump more than they love their country, and they failed miserably, because Americans love their country. Americans love their country. It is a nation under God, with liberty and justice for all. And as we bid farewell to the third Obama administration, and as we witness the woke mind virus gasping its last diversity, equity, and inclusion breath, we welcome the gift the Democrats have bestowed onto us, that now the Republican Party is the party of the people. President Trump, who will be on the stage very shortly, has been handed a mandate by the American people to rid our government agencies that have been captured by the industries they're supposed to regulate, to end the war in Ukraine and the slaughter of all those people, to end the war in the Middle East, to make America energy independent once again. To make America healthy again. I'm grateful to President Trump for having Robert Kennedy as our next Health and Human Services Secretary. Because we need to make America healthy again. 70% of our American men no longer can qualify for the health standards to be in our Army. We need to get all of us, all of you need to get healthy again. Walk 10,000 steps a day. We need to get all of us healthy. We need to. Because if you love your country, you want to have your kids healthy again. We got to get to the bottom. We got to kick out the pharma stooges who have been in charge of our CDC. We need to somehow, we cannot have food that is not okay, that Europe won't have, that Canada won't have, but is okay to poison our own American people. That shit has to stop. This is a nation under God, and America has decided that Donald Trump will make America great again. Let's help get President Trump, all of his appointments in by the Senate. And let's, just like Americans stood up and said no to this bill, thanks to Elon Musk and Twitter, we need to get all his appointments in, including Tulsi Gabbard. Let's get them all in to make America great again. God bless you. God bless all of you for fighting and loving this country, and God bless America. Thank you so much. We'll see you now. You can do it, America. Thank you.